Hello and welcome back to more of my Pokemon Moon Nuzlocke. Man, look at that action. Tapu Koko saved our lives! Tapu Koko looks so intense. It's based on, like, a celestial chicken or something, but it's awesome. Alright, so here is the moment to choose our starter Pokemon. And like I said, I will be choosing not by random because we really can't. First is the Grass-type Pokemon, Rowlet. Woo! Next is the Fire-type Pokemon, Litten. Meow! And last we have the Water-type Pokemon, Poplio. I don't think that's what the words actually said. Bark? Alright, so I know who I'm gonna pick, which is... Litten. Litten is so adorable, and I was just talking about how adorable the pet Meowth is, but Litten is amazing. A pet has to choose us. The Pokemon has to choose us. So let us see if little Litten there also decides to choose you. Come on, boy. Come on. I'm assuming you're a boy. You have an 87% chance to be a boy. Litten is staring at you with some curiosity. Oh, look at her face, so cute. Meow. Lily's worried. Oh, yay! It's so cute! Yay! And Litten lets me hold him. My cat doesn't let me hold him. You lifted Litten gently in your arms. Let me just pause on that for a second. Look at how cute that is! Oh, it's so cute! Oh, why can't you be a Litten forever and just be really powerful? The Fire-type Pokemon Litten is sniffing at you curiously. With nicknames in this game, I want to eventually do a thing, depending on how many of you guys are coming over from my Soul Silver Randomizer Nuzlocke, you guys, over on Team Eclipse's channel, if you guys are coming from there, you'll know that I like to have you guys answer a question of the day, and leave a comment, and then I'll name a Pokemon after one of you guys. I'm going to give this thing a nickname of my own, of my choosing, and I'm going to name it after my own cat, because it kind of reminds me of my cat, Sarge. Who's that party member? Okay. This is gonna be weird. I'm gonna name you... No. I'm gonna name you Toucans, like 2 chains. A Wingull. We're gonna name this thing Pico, and I think Pico was a girl in Ruby and Sapphire, so that works. Oh, there's a Pichu. Let's see, we've got a Rockruff, we got Lovedus and Corsola here, a Stuffle. Stuffle kind of sounds like my cat, actually. And a Snubble. All these pets. I didn't do this before. Oh, there's a Pokédoll. That, well, never mind. But foreshadowing again. There's a Murkrow up here, too. And there's a Poliwhirl. Hey there, Poliwhirl. Alright, back to business. I do want to pick up this mystery gift Munchlax. So the question is, can I use this Munchlax or not? I want to name you Carl. Why? I don't know, just came to me. I'm gonna name you Carl. Carl with a K, because I had well, my high school physics teacher, his son would, stop by, because he went to the same high school. He would stop by our class, he was a little younger. He would stop by our class and, you know, say hi to his dad from time to time. And so we in the class got to know him a little bit, and we'd, like, applaud whenever he entered, and his name was Carl, spelled like that. So, in homage of him, a Meowth. Certain ones just, I'm gonna name you Meowsy. In honor of one of my favorite episodes of the anime of all time, Go West Young Meowth, because I love the Meowth-centric episodes, because Meowth was probably my favorite character in the anime for a good stretch of time. but especially when they were making those episodes, like, so focused on its backstory. Abra. Well, alright, well, I had an Alakazam named Enderstar after one of my viewers, and I think it's only fair to pay homage to Enderstar and name this Abra Enderstar. And it is Makuhita. Okay. First nickname suggestion was from Understandable Umbreon, naming a male Pokemon Maison after the Battle Maison. It's kind of a cool name. I like it. Cemetery thingy, and it's a Zubat. You have your Daily Doze, who asked me what I thought of the game so far, and I did answer that, and says that you pronounce Rotom, and a lot of people say it like Rotom. Yes, so I'm gonna name you Doe. Because it's like the Homer Simpson thing, I don't know. Oh, a Diglett. That maybe I would have the one and only Absol, who answered the question today about Rotom, or Rotom, that they pronounced it Roll-Tom, which is cute, I like it. So I'm gonna name this Diglett. I know you have the name Absol, but I'm gonna call you the One. Alright, another fighting type. Wait, now if I don't think I've used Rage yet, which would be a perfect name for a Mankey. But Game & Rage was one of the ones who says I should sacrifice 2 live Pokemon, as in 2 Pokemon I've already caught from my party, to do evil witchcraft to bring Sarge back. Or sacrifice my entire party if I want to be really evil. So I'm not in the business of being evil, which is why I decided, you know, I'm gonna keep things clean. That way there's, you know, there's definitely not wrong to keep everything clean and by the rules. But we are gonna name this Mankey Rage after Game & Rage. Oh my gosh. Oh, yeah, we have commenter Jessica Pedley, who has been a somewhat on and off commenter on some of my videos, and she's one of the ones who's like, no, don't ruin the Nuzlocke, don't bring Sarge back. And also, because I have another cat Pokemon anyway, who's also a dark type, so yeah, it's a good point. And also because I lost him because of my own fault, I could have switched into something like, Wingull. Like, if I really wanted to save Sarge, I could have made a sacrifice right then and there, and I didn't. So, I'm gonna name this Butterfree Jessica. And we're gonna find a Carbink over to my I like this name, hold on. Hansel Vlogs. I'm left-handed. The previous question of the day was, are you right or left-handed? I'm left-handed, but just to write and eat, haha. Everything else I do with my right side of the body. Glad to see you're recovering your voice. I like the name Hansel for a Carbink, because, I don't know, it just sounds cute. Ooh, a Lillipup. A normal type. Ooh, this one, 110% Pokemon suggested Kyoriokuna, which means powerful in Japanese. That's pretty cool. Let me see if Kyoriokuna fits, because that would be a cool name for a Stoutland. And it's a good, unisex name. Kyoriokuna. We did! Okay, so this is our one and only Crabrawler encounter, so this is our one chance to catch it. Okay. Alright, why don't we name this Pokemon Zack? Or, Zaki Hashmi. Better. Okay, there we go. Alright, we caught it. The commenter is Sir Kill Bill, answering the question of the day 2 episodes ago, and it was on what was up with tipping in X and Y, and he said, I guess it's because it's based on France where the restaurants are common and therefore tipping is common. That might be the case. I mean, Sir Kill Bill's name suggestion was, I'm not 100% sure how to say this, Wagwan or Wagwan. I think it's Wagwan or Wagwan. I'm gonna say Wagwan. I know this is gonna be silly, But I read it and I'm like, oh, that makes me think of Wigwam. And Mudsdale, to me, looks like it has, like, a Native American hairdo. I don't know. I'm not being insensitive, I'm just, like, it's my associations. Oh, Fomantis. And because I am left. Let's see, Game & Rage. Well, Game & Rage answered, there was tipping in X and Y, haven't played in a long time. Did you say you have a wire issue? Do you bend the wire at the ends? Well, the wire was bent kind of by default. His name idea was Huale, which looks like a Hawaiian name or similar Polynesian. So I'm gonna look it up. And I'm just guessing if it's a Hawaiian name. I don't know for a fact. There's Haole in Hawaii, which actually, Haole City. Anyway. Wait, what's this? I think I found something. I found something that might be cool. Let me see if this is correct. Oh, Haole means happy in Hawaiian, by the way. Haole Hanukkah. Okay, what name am I looking up? Huale, right? Okay. I gotta keep this dictionary in mind, though. Man. Okay, let me go down. Hualali, or Hualalai. Hua is fruit. Or seed. So that seems really appropriate for, Fomantis. But there's gonna leave one for us to take on. Will it be another female? Level 17. If so, I'll know it's a pre-programmed encounter. Let's see. Kinda hope it's a female so I can just go with that same nickname and not waste time. It is a female, level 17, so it might be a pre-programmed encounter there. The male name suggestion Zoe because it was somebody's username still, so I could, like, name the Pokemon after them. Okay. Zoe26, your answer was, I either forget about selling the mushrooms, or then just do it at the shop. I don't know if there's a special place Sun and Moon, and it looks like not. Your other name suggestions for a female were Ruby or Alexis, and for male, Thor or Felix, but we're gonna go with Zoe. Here we go. Okay, so this is an Eevee egg. And oh, a Grubbin! Alright, I don't put him on the team. Odd, YouTuber Odd, or YouTube user Odd, said, for the longest time, before I was able to buy a new phone, my phone would turn off in the middle of phone calls since it was overheating. So, yeah, that's quite a problem, phone overheating. I've never heard of it happening during a call. Get our Eevee now. There it is. About Jordan Purdue, aka Jay Pizzle, who is a frequent contributor to my Super Mario Maker series. So I'll go ahead and read his comment on any technical difficulties you've experienced, problems with technology. He said, making a simple video on YouTube, I experienced a lot of problems. I used a free software that embedded their logo over everything after being edited. Yeah, one thing that you should probably splurge on early on is an editing software. And you don't have to splurge for, like, the fanciest thing, but, like, there's certain things you can get away with for free. You can do a certain amount of graphics with GIMP, although really I was just fortunate enough that I had Photoshop that I used from school. But I would pay something for editing software, just so it's not, you don't have to deal with, like, logos or anything. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and name this Eevee Jordan. Thank you for being a longtime viewer and frequent commenter. Yeah, let's go ahead and we don't need. How about this? How about Lindsay Merrill? You're a frequent commenter on my videos. You're really supportive of me on my Battle Spot and other competitive series. Your answer to the question of the day, I think what gives me a hard time is a phone because I still can't work it. You mean a smartphone? Because there's still some things I don't know how to do. Well, here's the thing, like, I have the benefit of being in a younger generation compared to, say, my parents, and so I get to help them with how to use latest technology. On the other hand, a couple of, like, a family friend of mine, actually Sprout, if you know him, hashtag Sprout from some of my streams, he's like 10, and he tells me things that I can do with my phone that I never figured out, or just because I never cared to figure it out, but he just absorbs information like a sponge. It's crazy. So, like, the younger generation has the advantage. So I'm gonna name this Magikarp after you, Lindsay Merrill. Lindsay is somewhat of a unisex name, but I particularly know it as a female name, so I think it'd be good. So if someday we get to use Lindsay on our team, you have the benefit of being a lovely Gyarados. Alright, and it's a Yungoos. We think I'm gonna I like this one. Now I'm not sure how to pronounce your name. It looks like, well, I'm not gonna guess. I'm not gonna guess where you're from. It's, your name is spelled Joao. So is it João? Or, I'm thinking like Portuguese pronunciation, but, João Palma. Anyway, question of the day from episode 11 was, what's your favorite color? He said red, because I was always the Red Ranger. And here's a name suggestion, Bob. Just straight up Bob. And you know what? I think for Yungoos, that is good with me. Before it runs away. Alright, let's go. You gotta run and chase it before it goes into the hole. And just like that, my sound's gone. Alright, let's go ahead and try to catch this Wimpod here. The last question today, well, from 2 episodes ago, was what I should evolve Eevee into, and as you remember, I wanted to pick Flareon, but I don't have any access to the Firestone until I'm already done with the next trial. And so, I'm gonna think about that. But, this is from Isle of Redemption, and they answered, yeah, Flareon would probably help the grass trial, Glaceon as well, but you can't get that until the end of the freaking game. Sucks that Cubone doesn't evolve more quickly, though. Then you could save Eevee for something else. C'est la vie, I guess. Well, I can't get a Flareon either, yet, so... because I don't have enough Pokemon in my PC box to use Pokepelago to try to get a Firestone. And I can get a Firestone in-game after this, trial. So, I'll have to wait on that. So, I can't fit Isle of Redemption, but I think Redemption would be a cool name for Wimpod, because he redeems himself from being a wimpy little thing. Oh, not 2 N's. He redeems himself from being a wimpy little thing to being a big ol' monster, although he still runs away when he gets in trouble, when he gets below half HP, because I guess old habits die hard. Oh, a Comfy. Here we go. Nitro Ralts in an earlier episode about what's your favorite color. Says, purple. It's such a diverse color that can mean almost anything through its different varieties. Happiness, sadness, pride, subtlety, subtlety, calmness, anger, pain, healing. My nickname suggestion is Mop, or if you prefer, Broom. And, I don't know. I think Broom. I'm gonna name you Broom, just because. Oh, good, a Ghastly. We can notice. The question of the day from Mimi Smith? Mimi Illy Smith? Or is it I love you? I don't know. Or is it LLY? It's hard to tell with this font. But anyway, I'll just say Mimi. For the question of the day, Lopunny. No doubt. For your, favorite Friendship Evolution. And Mimi would be a cool name for this Ghastly as well. I'm gonna use the name Mimi. I'm pretty sure... Ooh, Nosepass. That... George Duffett, the question of the day was, what's frustrated you the most in a Pokemon game? And he says, the most frustrated I've ever been has to be when fighting alongside Barry against Mars and Jupiter at Spear Pillar in Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum, as his Munchlax is stupid and they keep confusing you. Yeah, those tag battles can be annoying, especially when your partner does not have great AI. It's even worse in a Nuzlocke. Well, sometimes it's good in Nuzlocke because the opponents will target your partner Pokemon instead of your Pokemon. But it's annoying if you're in a situation where you have to catch Pokemon while in a tag. Anyway, I don't know that I can name this Nosepass George, but I'll name you Duffett. Oh, hey. Hey, Probopass. No pass! insert you shall not pass meme here, I guess. Pokemon is holding a letter. You take the letter and read it. Sweet, Olivia here. This is Probopass. No kidding. It watches the shop whenever I'm away. I know I asked you to meet me here, but there's been a change of plans. Can you meet me at the Ruins of Life past Memorial Hill when you can? You got anything? Ooh, we get an encounter. Well, okay. Oh. Oh. Yeah, that's right. Somebody did comment. This is where you get, fossils here. So I want to go with the plume fossil. Oh, we have to pay for it. That's fine. This counts as a fossil encounter. So let me go and revive this real quick. Okay, so F-U-G-U-V-N. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, and just on the off chance that I say it in a bad way, I'm not going to pronounce it. But they commented, the question of the day was talking about the Switch. Pretty timely. The Switch came out last week. It was, are you excited for it? What is you most excited? And they say, it might be a good console, but I'm not going to get it unless there's a main entry Pokemon on there. And provided the 3DS doesn't get a direct successor, and the Switch actually is this successor, I'm sure they're gonna get one. I'm really excited for the Switch. I got to play a demo in GameStop. I mentioned this on a stream before. I got to play the demo, or I got to play 1-2 Switch with some of the GameStop workers at my local GameStop, because they know me, and so I'm awesome there. And it was fun. I'm just sad that I kind of have to wait till Christmas. But anyway, this episode's gonna be, the episode's gonna be over before we even get to the grand trial. Okay, but your name suggestion, Starlight or Australia, for either gender. Now, I don't know exactly what part of the world Archaeopteryx was native to, but I think Australia somehow seems pretty fitting. Starlight seems, I know it's for either gender, but that seems either a more feminine Pokemon in general, or a psychic type, a ghost type, a dark type, even a fairy type. So, but I can see Australia working. So thank you so much for the comment. There's our first Pyukumuku. Gonna chuck him into the sea. A Staryu. What? In the previous episode, I used one of the 2 nickname suggestions from F-U-G-U-V-N, who I'm not gonna pronounce, I'm not gonna try to pronounce in case I do it horribly wrong, but your 2 suggestions, one was Australia, which I named the Arkin, and your other nickname suggestion was Starlight. And how beautifully appropriate would it be for a Staryu to be named Starlight? I think it's so pretty. We're gonna go with it. Ta-da! Also, Starmie is a pretty cool Pokemon. Oh, there's a Starmie. And there's Corsola. Oh, Rockruff and Pikachu! They're so cute. Mostly Rockruff, though, because puppies! Alright, Ariados. Our question of the day in the last episode was, what do you like to have for breakfast, or what do you usually have for breakfast, something like that. Mako S says, I like eggs. I like eggs as well. Like, usually I'll have a chocolate protein shake for breakfast, or sometimes a protein bar, but when I have some time, or like when I'm at a hotel that serves breakfast, I'll usually get myself some eggs, because I like having some protein in the morning. And also, I like having eggs because something with a little more salt in it tends to wake me up, because I have low blood pressure, like not in a medical sense, like not to where it needs to be treated really, but just my blood pressure is a little below average range. And so having a little bit of something with salt in it helps me out. And speaking of salt, Autopool Gaming, aka AJ, says, after this episode, saltines is what he will be eating for breakfast. Yeah, last episode was definitely a salty one. But we're gonna name this Ariados Mako. Yaw. My little Mudsdale, my little Mudsdale. You're really not that little. Okay. Oh, Paris. Well, question of the day was, I forget whether it was what do you like to eat for breakfast or what do you usually eat for breakfast, and Understandable Umbreon comments, my favorite is crescents because you can put anything on them. And that is true. Crescents are very versatile. I don't usually have them. I I try. I don't always succeed. I try to avoid the breads and stuff for breakfast, but sometimes when I'm in a place like in places in Europe where they do continental breakfast, like in Italy, a lot of the times for breakfast they'll do like a croissant. The best ones there, they have these cream-filled croissants, and it's like they have this special, they call it, like the literal word, they call it cream, but it's like a pastry cream that they use for everything. And you'll know it, it's like it's almost a yellowish color, kind of like Doug Trio's hair. And it's really light and fluffy, and it has a little bit of an extra tang. Like, it doesn't just taste like a whipped cream filling, for example. It has like a little more to it than that, but they have these croissants filled with that and then drizzled with chocolate on top, so those are really good. But now I'm just getting hungry, so I'm gonna go to your name suggestions. Glory, Jewel, Jamie, or Luke. Given that this is a nice little male Paris we have here, I'm gonna go ahead and name him Luke. Thank you, Understandable Umbreon. You comment on, I think, most of my, if not all, of my videos of this series, so I want to thank you for being continuing to support. Now, oh, well, I took one step too far anyway. Oh, it's a Fearow. And the question was, what's your favorite fossil Pokemon? And Nitroralt says, I like Aerodactyl because it's fast and powerful and almost a dragon. You can buy both fossils from a woman in Koni. Yeah, that was I had asked about the fossils, in case you didn't know. Oh, I can buy both fossils. Oh, that's what he was saying. I don't just get the one fossil, I can buy both fossils. That's a good point, but basically, with the Nuzlocke rules, I'll consider it one. I mean, it's kind of a gift Pokemon, but both of them would kind of be gift Pokemon, but since you're buying them, I'll just count one of them. Okay, and nickname suggestions are Doug and Wee, like the French word for yes. And since this is a female Fearow, I guess I'm naming you Wee. Thank you, Nitroralts, for commenting on my videos. Oh, a Beldum, I forgot about that. Lower catch rate. I had a commenter several episodes back suggest the name Datalore for a Pokemon. I always forget how to pronounce your YouTube name because I unfortunately don't know the reference that it's from, but I think, let me go find it, as a matter of fact, so I can at least read it. I feel like I'd sooner use Beldum / Metagross compared to Porygon. Alright, so I found the name Vash the Kaizoku. Or Kaizoku. I'm not good with my, I'm not sure of the reference, but, I know who you are in real life, which makes it kind of weird. I don't know I don't know how to pronounce your YouTube name properly, but anyway, whatever the case. So, I've been waiting on that Porygon to name it Datalore, but to be honest, I'm gonna use it on, I'm gonna use it on this thing. I'll come up with a different name for the Porygon when I get it. Not that I might use the Porygon, because Porygon's pretty great. Like, I've gotten to use Porygon 2 on VGC Team, and it's amazing. And it's really horrible when you're facing one. But, alright, anyway, long story short, I'm gonna go with Datalore. I'm gonna finally fulfill my promise to name something Datalore. It's a little grubbin! Look at it! Geodude! This is a good one. Alright. I've been doing a lot of Nitroralts suggestions, but to be honest, he's been suggesting a whole lot of things. So, I believe this question today was, do you have any special family traditions? And he says, we line up a bunch of fire, then run and jump over it. And I'm trying to picture it in my mind. It sounds very interesting. But I feel like there's more to the story, and I'd like to hear the rest of the story. Anyway, your name suggestions are Born to Die, which would be tragically appropriate for any of my Pokemon in this series, or Polar. And I think that would be a great name for Geodude, because polarization has to do with electricity, electromagnetism, and Geodude has, obviously, electric type, and has little magnets, and polarization is kind of like, it's a thing like you can do when you can make something staticky and it's got a charge on both ends. I don't know, I'm not describing it very well, like, off the cuff here, but it's related to electromagnetism, so I think, even though it also sounds like a good name for an ice type, I think it is a good name for this Geodude right here, so thank you, NitroRalts. Torkoal. Ooh, alright, here we go. I think I might have used this comment before. Yeah, Understandable Umbreon said that, you said your favorite breakfast is crescents because you can put anything on them. We talked about that before. You said names are Gloria, or actually you said Glory with an I, Jewel, Jamie, or Luke. And I can't remember, I feel like I had a male and I named it Luke. I kind of want to name this thing Jewel. I can't, but I'm not sure, did you mean Gloria? Because I would like to name this thing Gloria. I want to name this thing Jewel, but I can't remember if I already named something Jewel. Well, you know what? We have the name raider. I'm pretty sure that I named something Luke. I could be misremembering. Whoa. Oh. Wow, that's pretty cool. Look at that. You can press the X button and change the previous letter between uppercase and lowercase. I did not know that before. Alright, we're gonna go with Jewel for now. Oh, or we could get a Finneon. Comment. Let's see, NitroRalts has a suggestion again. Of course he does, because he has a bunch of them. But I think I'll use that. This one name he suggests is Icolop. He says, I don't know either. Just kind of made it up. Maybe? I guess you made it up? I don't know for sure, but, or ribosome. Which ribosome is, like, biology related, and I'm tempted to name this thing Ribosome because I think it fits for whatever reason. Or I could name it Icolop because just random, but I'm gonna name you Ribosome. Or Magnemite. Early, just wait, Magnemite stat is gonna be added to the Pokedex, and I think I'm gonna name this one Icolop because whatever. Alright, there is that Tentacool. Well, one nickname suggestion is Spika. Maybe. I don't know. I'm gonna go back to the previous episode first, and then I might come back. That was, Spika was suggested by... I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your, username. F-U-G-U-V-N. F-U-G-U-V-N. Fuguvn. I don't know how you pronounce that. Okay. I think I'm gonna go with Spika. So let me go ahead and read your comment again. F-U-G-U-V-N. I don't know how to say your name, I'm so sorry. Okay, it was your question of the day. This was your favorite science class in school. I always wanted to learn space science, but my school didn't have those classes. Guess I could tolerate chemistry. Alright, well, my favorite, for any of you guys wondering, my favorite was physics. Because I was always a big math person, and physics was like a heavy math science. I know, I'm weird. But I never got, even though I liked science, I never got into it in school until I took physics class. So... Ooh, a Sandshrew! It's like, come to... NitroRalts' suggestions on this episode were Woo and Thimble. Actually, even if it's not all that logical, I think Thimble would be kind of cute for an Alolan Sandshrew. Because, look at it. I mean, I know he looks like an igloo, but... I think it works. NitroRalts' answer to favorite science class was astronomy because it's so big and so interesting to me, at least. And I guess a lot of nicknames do come from me. I do appreciate it. That's a check. So, I remember Time had the nickname suggestion of Bashi, which was his grandfather's name. I don't know how you would feel about me giving the name to Eradicate, but this is, a male Pokemon that I was able to find, so I think I'm gonna go with it, because now it's been a few episodes, and so I don't want to forget about it. So we're gonna name this Eradicate Bashi. Now, I could see him being, I don't know, never mind, I don't know. I don't know anything about your grandfather, so I don't want to, like, say, oh, that sounds fitting, but I think it could, just the name by itself could work for Eradicate. You are Adamant, which is actually very excellent. Ghastly, there's definitely Haunter. Oh, look, it's a Pikachu. Or is it? Or is it? Klefki. All right. Understandable Umbreon has name suggestions of Sophia, Greed, Rar, or Kaylee. I think Greed might be a cool name for Klefki, because Klefki just kind of collects all the keys that it can find, and holds on to them and never lets go. So let's go with Greed. And the question of the day for that video was, what's your favorite Steam game? And he says, my favorite is Clone Drone in the Danger Zone. Well, I've never played that. I don't think I've even heard of it, but maybe I'll check it out sometime. Thank you for the nickname suggestion. Thank you for viewing and always commenting on videos. Trapinch. All right. Okay, you know what? Autopool Gaming gave a nickname suggestion of Elliot because he said, because references are fun. Now, I'm not sure if this is the Elliot you're referring to, but if you're referring to the Elliot that is Pete's dragon, Flygon is a green dragon, much like Pete's dragon, so I feel that that would be a very appropriate name for this male Trapinch, who hopefully will one day become a Flygon. I think I'm gonna do it. So, Autopool Gaming's answer to the question of the day. The previous episode was paper or plastic. I left it intentionally vague, whether I meant grocery bags or cash or credit card. He said plastic just because it can hold things better, and I get so paranoid that the flimsy paper bags will rip and all my stuff go everywhere. Yeah. Yep, I would agree with that, actually. Yeah, when it comes to shopping bags, I'm probably more of a plastic person. When it comes to paying, though, I'm that person, when it comes to money, I'm that person, like, the one person left. Well, maybe I'm like the only millennial left, maybe, that still pays for almost everything in cash. I mean, because for what I do, for my real job, I guess I'll say, right now, I teach skating lessons, so I get paid in cash, so I just have cash on hand all the time. And I like the idea of, I've already paid for it, I don't have to worry about paying a bill later on. I pay for it now when I want it, I don't know. There it is. Find some more. Alright, how about Jordan Purdue, aka J Pizzle, said on the paper or plastic question, plastic for manufacturing, how about you? Nickname suggestion, Remedy, Revolution, and Rarity. And I think for this is a female, right? Oh, so this is a female, so out of those names, Remedy, Revolution, and Rarity, I feel like Remedy would be good, especially since I think this Slowpoke can be the remedy to what's ailing me emotionally right now. Alright. Oh, Understandable Umbreon, on the episode where the question of the day was paper or plastic, said, paper, I did a pollution project and you would not believe how much of it is plastic, plus paper is biodegradable. Yeah, plastic kinda lasts forever. I mean, in one way it's good, like, makes good durable products that'll last forever, but also, if you want to get rid of it, there's a little bit of a problem. But, you know, there's recycling and stuff. Anyway, nickname suggestions were Rubbish and Shy, and as tempted as I am to insult this Oricorio and name her Rubbish, I will name her Shy. I don't know if this Oricorio is very shy. Apparently she was, though. She didn't want to join our team. The female variety. Ooh, a Marini. A Marini. What does it have to say? Mew? It's a Mew, guys! Mew confirmed. He's hiding here as an Alolan Meowth. Mew is right here. Mew confirmed. I found him. He's not under the truck. He's here. Oh boy, Grimer. Oh boy, Grimer! What is this? That palm tree is alive! Ah! What is that, Sweet? That's no tree, that's a Pokémon! Oh, so wait, something I never paid attention to. Once we're done fighting that thing, is the tree not there anymore? Oh, I like this one. I'll just be real quick. Nitra, from the episode where we lost 2 of our Pokemon, his suggestions were Rip and Lull. And you know, I think Lull, you see a Alolan Exeggutor and you just think Lull. So, we'll go with that. I can't enter that word. Why can't I enter that word? What is so bad about that word? How about lulls? Let me, just a little variation on it. Thank you, Nitra. Ooh, Stoutland. I ran into, like, 2 battles, and on the second battle, I had an SOS battle, and the first thing that was called in was a shiny Golbat. I kid you not. On the second battle of all this grinding. Shiny Golbat. So, I saved after catching it, of course, because Shiny Claws. Alright, a Sneasel. Oh, I think one of Nitra's suggestions, I could be, I don't know how far back to go to look for it, was last. I think I'm gonna name you last because, unless I'm mistaken, you're probably gonna be our last encounter of the game, so there is that. Now, would this have worked if we didn't have Nebby with us? Maybe I'm getting a little ahead of myself. Uh-oh. Nebby's trying to get out of the bag! Actually, the whole bag is leaving. Nebby's out of the bag! The universe is collapsing because Nebby went out of the bag! We told you this would happen, Nebby! Oh, that was a cool little... Nice. Nebby was Lunala all along!
Social media, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Discord, all that stuff is in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you on the next episode of my Pokemon Moon Nuzlocke.